Hi, Aquarius. What does your soul need to know for February 2026? What psychic predictions and messages do your spirit guides, your higher self, and my spirit guides have for you for this month of February 2026? Please be sure you're watching your sun, your moon, and your rising sign to get a more clear and complete picture of what's to come for you for February. And you may also want to watch your cusp sign as well if you're born on the cusp. I'm Pam, the Lucky Mermaid, and welcome to your Psychic Tarot reading for February 2026. And the first card you have in your reading, Aquarius, is the Seven of Rods. And the Seven of Rods is a card that symbolizes you taking a moral high ground in a situation. It could also indicate that you are keeping any kind of competition at bay or any negative communication or energy coming at you. You could be closing the door on it, you could just be pushing it away. It's like this is the month, Aquarius, where you are going to want to focus on and see the big picture of things in your own personal life and also out in the world. And you may really feel like this is the month where you got to get your head screwed on straight. You got to get your ducks in a row and everything in order. That could be with, bill paying, taxes, or documents and paperwork, bank accounts. But it could also be getting things in order in your life, in your home, or in your life in general. Maybe your life needs to be put more in order. Something you're going to hear about, you're going to catch on to it really quickly and you may be able to implement it in your life. So you may come to hear about some like great investment or some new technology or something new you're going to hear about, and then you're like, okay, I understand how that works and I'm going to incorporate it in my life. But what this is will be different for all of you. But it's like you could hear it on YouTube, you could hear it on Rumble, you could hear it on TV, you could hear it other people talking about it. And once you hear about it, then you're going to do your due diligence and research and look into it, and then you're going to figure out how to assimilate that in and incorporate it into your personal life and situations. There could be something where you're like, I want to take myself out of doing that. But then you may put yourself back in it again. It could be a contest, a competition, it could be a business, it could be, I don't know what the possibilities, but are many. But it's like you put yourself in something or you're in something. You're like, nah, I don't want to do that anymore, or I'm taking myself out of the running. Maybe there's a position working in your company or business you work for where you're like, oh, I'm going to throw my hat in the ring for that promotion. That now I'm going to say, no, I don't want to do it. But then you decide, no, I am going to try for that promotion. It could be something along those lines. You're going to really have to watch what you're saying and be very diplomatic in any kind of big meetings or conversations, important meetings or conversations that you may have to have in February or even March or going into April. If you get any negative feedback or people saying negative things at you or making fun of you uh, or even just trying to contact you or question you too much, you may have to ignore it. Don't let yourself get sucked into what other people want to say to you, at you, or engage with you. Like, stick to your own goals, your own path, your own mission of what you're trying to do in February. Don't let yourself get waylaid by what other people could be saying to you or trying to get you to get involved in. You've got your own agendas, you've got your own things that you're thinking about or doing. Don't get sucked into other people's stories, dramas, or things of that nature. The next card in your reading, Aquarius, is the Hermit. This is your spirit guides are giving you messages, lighting the way, showing you the path to go. You could also be the Hermit, where you're taking a step back, you're getting a lay of the land before you proceed forward, but you're still being guided by your spirit guides. You may feel like there's certain things that you need to get out of the way. It could be literal objects, like this is blocking my driveway, or this is blocking uh, your progress. So there could be some things you need to get out of the way. It could be work you need to do. You need to get it out of the way because you want to do other things. You want to go on a trip or have more fun. It could be something blocking you, like inside your home, that, or in a garage or in a shed, where like something is blocking your progress, impeding your progress, blocking your path. Those, whatever is blocking you, your path, figuratively or literally, Aquarius, you need to move those things and get them out of the way. You could have a lot of curiosity about how something works. You, it could be technology, AI, it could be other things like something mechanical or machinery. It could be some program on the computer, or some like club, group, or organization you want to be part of. You may really want to get to the root of how does this work? Could really be something you want to get going. Like, here's an example. Let's say you want to start doing martial arts, but you're older and you don't want to be in a class with young kids, right? So if you decide you want to take martial arts, how are you going to do that without getting put in, and you've never done it before, without getting grouped in with a bunch of little kids? Or something else that you want to do. Maybe you want to start taking yoga and you've never done that before, but all these yoga classes have been ongoing and these people have been going and they know what they're doing. So you may be like, well, how does this work? I want to be new. I'm new and I want to join this group that's doing yoga. How does this work, since they all know what they're doing? So it could be something as minor as that, with an interest that you want to start and get involved in, or something that you want to make or create yourself. And you're like, okay, I know this is the end result that I want, but what is the process, and how, or what are the steps and the process that I have to do to go about to get the end result? And believe me, your spirit guides are going to help you. They're going to put things in front of you that answer those questions, but you have to do the work yourself too. You have to look and signal to your guides and to the universe, this is something you want to do. So you want the answers to come to you about how to go about doing that. That could even be moving. Maybe you're like, well, I want to move, but maybe you're like, I don't know how to go about doing it. Maybe you feel like you have too much stuff, or you're not sure of the best place, kind of place or area you want to go in. So, it could even be something about moving. That could be of a question in your mind. The next card in your reading is the Chariot. This is change. This is symbolic of change. It can also be being pulled in two different directions, or having to choose between two different paths. This could also indicate long distance travel. And many times when the Chariot shows up, it means success. You may feel like you have to get your authority back. Like you're like, I'm not going to get pushed around by this one, that one, and everything. Maybe you've given your power away to certain things, or given your authority away to people that do not deserve it, or you need to like get it back. This could be a month where you stop any and all BS coming at you from companies, credit card companies, banks, individuals, people you know, bosses, like the significant other, your kids, whatever. Like, this is the month where you're going to be like, yep, you know what? No, this is where I draw the line. I'm not putting up with this. I'm not putting up with that. This could be a strong theme for you in February, maybe even going to March or April. You could get invited to attend a gathering this month. Now, for some of you, it could be for you. If you have a birthday in February, happy birthday to the February born Aquarians out there. Um, it could be that, but it could be some other kind of gathering that, a wedding, a party, some other event. You could get invited to attend in February. And you may be really concerned, like, well, I want to do all the right and appropriate things. I want to wear the right clothes. I want to buy the right gift. I want to dot all my I's and cross all my T's in an appropriate fashion. That could be on your mind. You may also, like, I get Aquarians going, what feels like nonsense to me? Whatever you feel is nonsense, nonsensical, you're going to be like, I don't want to deal with anything that's nonsense. I'm not saying that Aquarians don't have their time of like fun and frivolity and all that. That's a different kind of nonsense. This is the kind of nonsense where you're going to be like, you're not going to like certain rules, laws, regulations, anything that bureaucracy, certain kind of documents or papers or things you need to do or fill out. You may say to yourself, like, you know what, this just all feels like nonsense. I'm not getting involved in nonsense. So that could be it. Also, people that want to communicate with you, I go back to this card and they're like, oh, I have this problem, or I have that problem, or I need this from you or that from you. You're going to be like, you know what, I'm not dealing with you. I can't listen to it. Everybody's got their own cross to bear. Everybody's got their own issues. Everybody's got their own things they're trying to work through and contend with. And you're not going to want other people's issues and problems to become yours. You're dealing with your own stuff. So you could have like a strong, I guess I want to say, rebelliousness and an aversion and rebelliousness to anything that just seems like nonsense. Doesn't matter where it's coming from. So, and if you're interested in getting any of the special video series I record for Vimeo and my Patreon shop, my most recent videos are the eclipse effects from the new moon solar eclipse in Aquarius, February 17th, 2026, psychic tarot, crystal, and oracle card readings for each sign of the zodiac. You may want to get your sun sign and your rising sign, or whatever signs normally resonate with you, on my YouTube and Rumble videos. Also, if you're interested about information on your love life, you might want to get my big love readings for 2026 for singles and couples for each sign of the zodiac. Some people have written me and said that their Venus sign resonates with them in these videos. So you may want to consider getting your sun sign and your Venus sign, or whatever normally resonates with you, on my YouTube and Rumble readings. Also, don't forget my psychic crystal readings for February 2026 for each sign of the zodiac are available. These are a continuation and an expansion of the psychic tarot readings that I'm doing right now on YouTube and Rumble. So if you want more messages from my spirit guides for this month of February, I recommend you getting my crystal readings. These videos are for sale on Vimeo and on my Patreon shop. Those links are down below in the description box in the Show More section, and they're also available on my website at theluckymermaid.com on the videos page. So the next card in your reading, Aquarius, for February is the Death card, and this is transformation. Something ending so something new can begin. I get that you've completed a cycle. And Aquarius, there is an eclipse in your sign in February on the 17th. It's a new moon solar eclipse in Aquarius. So this could be why this death card comes up for you, transformation, because I'm getting that a cycle is ending for you. And I get you getting some kind of picture perfect ideal image of what you want to see happening. If you were unclear before, like, well, I want this, but I want that. And do I want this or do I want that? No. This month, you are going to, and maybe even in March or April, you're going to get really, really clear about certain things you want to see happen in your life. And so that's the best thing you can do, is to get clear and focus on what it is you actually want and visualize it, because I do feel a cycle is ending and now something you want will start to manifest and come to fruition over the course of the next 6 to 9 months or even up to a year. And I do feel in your reading, it's coming from the eclipse. This card is really strongly addressing the eclipse for you. You may feel like you've done a lot of work. You've made things better for other people. And now you may feel like, well, now I want to make things better for myself and people you've helped and done things for in the past. Maybe they need to step up to the plate and start helping you out and doing some things for you, or taking care of some things you needed to take care of, like, and you want to take care of yourself. You may be looking at, I got to reach these goals. I'm focused now. I know what I want. I got to reach these goals. I got to do what it takes. And anybody I've been bending over backwards with and helping before, if they can and are willing and able, they may need to start helping you now. You may even go through a transformation of yourself where you're reinventing yourself, and you may become more like a hippie, more casual and free. You may become more conservative or more polished and professional. I don't know which direction you're going to go here, but you may change something about yourself, and your persona could be changing. And all these traits are already in you. It's not like, if you're become more polished and professional, but before you were more like, free spirited. It doesn't mean one completely dies and the other, it may just be a new cycle. Like, they're both existing in you, but you may be choosing a different, like I said, persona. Could also have a lot to do with your rising sign. So you may want to pay strong attention to your rising sign. Maybe Aquarius is your rising sign. And something about your old life or your world is ending. It could be where you live, it could be relationships, it could be maybe you're like really super social and now you're going to become more alone, spend more time alone, or the reverse. Maybe you've been more alone and now you're going to become more outgoing and out there in the world and more social. That kind of thing could be changing for some of you. And the last card in your reading is the Eight of Swords, and this is feeling trapped and bound, uh, in, like, could be an emotional prison, or you could be trapped and bound to a situation that maybe you can't really see how to change it or get out of it, but it may be really easy to get out of it, but you're just not seeing that clearly. You could feel stuck, even though I get the death card and I still stand by what I said, but you may feel like you're stuck or you have to stick with something a little longer. So even though you may want this cycle to end or your persona to change, it's coming, but it may not fully happen in the month of February. February could be like the precursor to that happening. So you could feel like you're still stuck in your situation a little bit here. Like my guides are saying, don't count your chickens before they're hatched. Like, you have to get certain things in order. There's things you have to do, get into place, steps you need to take. So even though you want to transform, let's use more professional as an example. Well, if you have to go out there and be more professional, well, maybe you need to get a new wardrobe or change your hairstyle or look. or get things more in alignment, like get business cards, get on LinkedIn, do with this, that, and the other. So it's not like that's what I want to do. That's what happens. You have to go through the steps. So this could make you feel like you're kind of trapped still. You're going to have to really rely on your psychic ability and your intuition a lot in February, because you may feel like too bombarded with things going on out in the world or in your personal life that would be an inflicting your senses or muddling up your, like you what you're seeing. So you need to strongly pay attention to your own psychic ability, your own intuition, and spiritual guidance and insight in February. Because if things seem murky, unclear, cloudy, you know, unsure what to do or the steps to take, you're going to have to rely on your inner guidance. You could have people, either in your professional life or in your personal life, that want to keep you right where you are. They may not want you to, they may say, uh-oh, Aquarius is getting ready to hightail it out of here. Aquarius is getting ready to transition and evolve their life in some different way, but we don't want them to do that. We want the Aquarius to stay right where they are and keep doing what they're doing and doing it in the way they're doing it. This could be family, it could be bosses, it could be the public. It depends on what you're doing. There's going to be people that are going to want to keep you right where you are. But there's no stopping it, because ultimately you will make your own decisions and choices. I feel like you've been in this position for a while. I feel the Eight of Swords is something that's been happening to you. And the Death card is like trying to shake you out of it. And I feel like it is going to happen. But in all honesty, I feel like it's going to take you a few months. I don't feel February is the month you get out of all the things you don't want to do, don't want to hear, don't want to listen to, don't want to be part of, and want to change and evolve. I feel like it's like the you're going to think this is a weird analogy, but in catering, right? You may even do this in your own home. If you get a banquet insert, and it's in its holder, and you want the stuff in that to heat up, you have to light a sterno under it to heat it up. Well, that's the position you're in February. You are the, I don't know, pick whatever, stuffed shells, lasagna, whatever you like. That's you in that container. And February and the eclipse is the sterno that's going to go under it and is going to start heating it up. Does it heat it up all the way through in February? No, but the fire is now burning. So the next 3 to 4 months between February and the end of May, but especially between February and April, is where it starts to heat up and get hot. And the transformations will occur for you over that time period. So the best gemstone crystal I got for Aquarians to work with, use, and wear in the month of February 2026, I got chalcedony. And chalcedony is a nurturing stone. It promotes brotherhood and goodwill. Chalcedony is also good for absorbing negative energy, and it brings the mind, body, emotions, and spirit into balance and in harmony. This stone also instills feelings of benevolence and generosity. It's going to help you with decision making. It's also going to really be very cleansing to your aura. It's going to make you feel more settled at home and balanced. It could also really open your mind and help you look at situations, circumstances, and people in a new way. It could help you gain new insight and new perspectives in February. If you have any trouble with like your ears being clogged or sinuses or stuffy head or nose or anything like that, I feel it's going to help like clear that out for you. So I hope this reading was of help to you and I hope it made sense. As always, thank you so very much for watching. I do truly appreciate it. And thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing to my channel. It does mean a lot to me and it does help this channel grow. And if you're interested in any of the special videos I record on very specific topics, bringing you more psychic predictions and messages from my spirit guides, you can get them on my Vimeo on-demand videos and also on my Patreon shop. I've created a list you can read here on this slide. They are also linked below this video in the description box and on my website, theluckymermaid.com, on the videos page. So I hope you all have an absolutely amazing month of February and know that I wish you many blessings and peace.